going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Tom. Everybody else who's cool with Tom.
Chucky, I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. I've got a good one. And a little bit of a spoiler alert. I played part 2 of this during a live stream this week, and I played it and I said it was a follow-up because I played part 1. No, I never played part 1 of this, and I was explaining it as if you guys have all seen part 1, and you haven't. So I went back, I found part 1, I'm putting both these two together. It's good. You'll enjoy it. We have a guy who he's in jail for his 6th DUI, and he decides to go pro se because that's always a good idea. All right, before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
The court can call People versus Harper. Time and date set for pretrial.
Anthony Sorrentino appearing on behalf of People.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Yvette Barrett, P58142, appearing on behalf of Charles Harper.
That's good with that one.
Judge, we need a new date.
Well, that's correct, Your Honor.
Yep, still up.
There you go.
What's happening with the case?
Judge, any resolution with respect to count 1 would require a deviation. I think Miss Barrett are you the second attorney on this?
Yes, I'm subsequent counsel.
So it would require a deviation of substance abuse eval. We've also discussed some other ways to proceed, but either way, we're looking for a new date.
Well, we needed a deviation a month ago when we were at the last pretrial, and one has not yet been submitted.
That was when he fired his attorney, was the last one. That's what I have on January 30th, defendant fired.
All right,
attorney.
so give us a new date. Counsel, get your deviation in as quickly as possible.
May I address the court? Senator, may I address the court?
Mr. Harper, could you please state your name for the record and your consent to have this
Charles
hearing?
Harper.
Who's talking right now?
Charles Harper. For myself, Your
I
Honor.
don't
if
see
it's
him on my
possible.
screen. Hold on. Pardon me?
The jail screen, Judge.
All right, go ahead, sir.
If it's possible, can I represent myself in this matter? I'd like to bring a motion to suppress, and I'd like, instead of a pretrial motion or a pretrial date set for the next court date, to have an evidentiary hearing set for that particular motion after I draft and submit it to the court.
I mean, sir, you're not an attorney. You're at a distinct disadvantage if
Saying that,
you're
I've
going up
put
against
attorneys on this particular matter, and none of
Don't
them
interrupt me when I'm talking, sir. You're at a distinct disadvantage going up against a skilled prosecutor. I would recommend to you that you take advantage of the learned defense attorney that's presently representing you on the case.
I prefer not. I prefer under United States versus Ferretta in order to represent myself. I believe it's MCL.
All right, sir, I'll grant your request.
0.005.
You may represent yourself. I am going to, who's counsel on this case?
Ms. Barrett.
Yvette Barrett, Your
Ms.
Honor.
Barrett, I'm going to appoint you to be advisory counsel on this, so continue to consult with your client. Give us a new date, Madam Clerk. If you're going to file a motion, sir, get it in as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Understood, Your Honor. So you're gonna order that I will be
Your
advisory
status
counsel
has
to
changed.
Mr.
The
Yes, my
defendant's
status.
expressed a desire to represent himself. I'm going to allow that, but I'm going to have you remain as advisory counsel for
Judge.
all proceedings.
Sorry, Judge. New date
Understood.
for motion and pretrial on Harper is April 2nd at 9:30 via Zoom.
That's a bad date for me. I'll be gone for roughly 2 weeks right before it. I probably wouldn't be able to respond to the motion.
Wilderness tour,
April 9th at 9:30.
That's better. Thanks.
You're welcome.
nature tours, I should say.
Mr. Harper, you may exit and grab the death bait. You're all set. Judge, the court can call People versus Tom.
All right, so that was part one. That happened, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Part two just happened this week, as they said. I think they said April 9th. And yeah, so this guy, they didn't even say what his charges. Well, they may have, but he has 6 DUIs. Um, he seemed competent. He said the right things, and judge, in my opinion, rightfully let him represent himself. Whether or not it's a good idea or not, I mean, it's his case. He has that right. Let him do it. All right, part two. Let's go.
Appearances on Harper.
Anthony Sorrentino on behalf of people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Yvette Barrett, P58142, appearing as advisory counsel.
All right, did we officially appoint you as advisory counsel, Ms. Barrett?
Yes, you did, Your Honor, back on March 11th. I have not received an order, though, that I am advisory counsel, but
I think the docket
Yes, you did.
reflects it, does it not, Alex?
It does, Judge.
yes.
Right. So anyway, go ahead. We're here for, I guess, a pretrial and a motion. Are you going to argue it, Ms. Barrett?
No, Your Honor, my client, Mr. Harper, he's gonna argue it.
All right, so Mr. Harper, it's your wish to represent yourself.
Correct.
You understand you're at a disadvantage going against a skilled prosecutor who is in fact an attorney?
I understand that, Your Honor. I just believe that as I pled it, I believe that there's a conflict of interest with the Macomb County Public Defender's Office and the actual
We're not getting into the merits of your motion yet. I'm just advising you of concerns that arise when a defendant chooses to represent himself improper. So,
Correct.
your answer to my first question was yes, you understand you're at a disadvantage.
Correct.
And obviously, sir, you don't know the law, correct?
Correct.
So that makes it even more difficult for you to do that. Why do you want to do that instead of taking advantage of the skilled services of an appointed attorney?
I've had 4 attorneys since this actual incident began in June of last year. None of them have brought any of the actual issues that I brought up in my motion to suppress, quash information. I just believe that there's a conflict of interest because all things considered, I believe I have a cause of action against certain tortfeasors individually and perhaps even the county if I prevail on this. And ultimately, the only thing that I've heard steadfastly throughout the 4 attorneys is plead out to a misdemeanor, and there's merit in these claims.
Well, you ain't getting a misdemeanor anyway. You don't have to worry about that.
That's fine.
Ms. Sorrentino, is ain't a legal term of art?
It is today, Judge. This is a 6th drunk driving, I believe, so there will be no misdemeanor on this.
All right, so you said it's 6 drunk driving, and what was his blood alcohol?
I think it was 0.21 or 0.24. Hold on, I gotta find it. 0.216.
All right. Is there any offer at all, Ms. Sorrentino?
I would I would talk to the officers about the R&O, and I would get rid of counts 3 and 4 and the HAB if he were to plea. Count 1, the OWI third, unfortunately, there will be no reduction on that. He could try to get in sobriety court to stay out of jail/prison, but they're not going to do a reduction on a 6 offense with a 0.216 blood alcohol. I mean, it never hurts to ask.
What might you do with count 2?
I would ask to reduce it to a misdemeanor, to the attempt. But that's up to the officers. I don't think, I don't know. I haven't talked to them, so.
All right, so with that, I guess go with your motion. Argue your motion, sir.
My actual seizure was unreasonable and that it went beyond the scope of the purpose of the original wellness check. I was well, first of all, I'd prefer actually to be put in front of the court if it's possible. Like that's one of the things that I asked for, and I believe that I'm arguing in the broom closet here under MCR 6.006. I want a personal appearance for this.
Sir, you're
I don't want to
absolutely
have it.
entitled. Hold on. Don't talk when I talk, sir. You're absolutely entitled to a personal appearance. If you want to wait and argue this.
You gotta love how the judge just interrupted him when he was mid-sentence, and all he was trying to do was finish his thought, and the judge like, stop interrupting me. He's like, I wasn't done. Anyways, so he has again. He seems like he knows what he's at least talking about. He doesn't come across as an idiot to me. He's citing the correct laws. He asked for an in-person appearance, which a lot of people don't know, especially when they're in jail. They have that right, and he wants to be seen in person. Good for him for saying that if that's what he wants. But I wonder if that's just a delay tactic because he doesn't really he wasn't ready for the arguing his motion. I don't know, but yeah, 6 DUIs, and then they were working out his deal on the record between the judge and the prosecutor. Also kind of weird, but you know what? I'm not a lawyer, so let them work this out as however they're going to do it. All right, let's finish this one up.
Motion in person, I'll be happy to do that for you.
Let's do that.
All right, very good. Do we know what his guidelines are, Ms. Barrett or Ms. Sorrentino?
Judge, his guidelines with the habitual, that obviously if there was a trial in this, I wouldn't be dismissing 12 to 48 months. Tentatively
And
scored.
how about without it under the plea conditions?
1224. He's got to do 30 on the 3rd, but that's really the only sanction that's mandated by statute.
All right.
So
He's already done. He's done. Oh, he has done way over 30 days.
How long have you been in custody, sir?
2 weeks short of 10 months.
oh, he's already at the, I mean, with good time, he's already at the bottom of the guidelines.
Yeah, and there's another thing that happens when you keep firing your attorneys. He's been in jail for 10 months on this. I mean, this isn't 6 DUI, so chances are he was going to probably do about a year anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just likes going to court, so he keeps firing attorneys, so he has something to do. I have no idea. Anyways, I'm going to let this play out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. I would surely appreciate it. Until next time, bye.
He would be. He's looking at getting out soon.
Well, not necessarily, Miss Barrett. If he ends up not taking a plea and going to trial, it might not.
Can I ask a question just to make sure?
Sure.
Mr. Harper, do you have any holds or anything that would preclude you from getting all the credit while you've been in? You're not on parole or anything, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Sorrentino. This case just came up in December, and has he have 10 months? Was he in district court for 6 months or so?
I mean,
you know,
he
sir?
said he's had 4 attorneys, so maybe that played into it. I have no idea. My first date.
Alex, does our docket reflect when this case started in district court?
Judge, we can't see when it started in district court, just when it came up here, which was December.
Mine does. I mean, I show a probable cause conference of November 4th, 2024, but an incident date of June 25th, 24. It was a blood case, so maybe that's why it took so long. Maybe the fact that
sir, have you been in custody since you were arrested on June 25th for this offense?
I've been in custody continuously. They originally captioned the case as a small claims, and it was dismissed at the first preliminary exam.
I mean, sir, there's no such thing as small claims in criminal court. Wouldn't know that because you're not a lawyer, but
he thinks because the prefix in Clinton Township says SC that stands for small claims, but that's just how they put their cases.
Sir, my question to you, you said 10 months, which would be right around your arrest date. When you were arrested for this offense on June 25th, have you been in custody continuously since then?
Yes, I have.
All right. So, Diane,
Yes, Judge.
Send the defendant Harper, Ms. Barrett, Ms. Sorrentino, and myself to a breakout room.
Okay.
Is he gonna be able to do that since he's in the room there, Judge?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
We
I
might
didn't know what
need
to
the
say.
deputy though, right, Alex?
They might need the deputy.
Get the deputy, sir. Alex,
Yes, Judge.
I'm gonna need you to write on this file when it comes back, all the attorneys he's had before Miss Barrett.
Will do.
I believe there were 3 other ones. And we're going to adjourn this motion and pretrial conference to May 7th at 9:30.
And that's in person, correct?
Yes, in person.
All right.
And let the record reflect that the defendant has requested an in-person hearing and the court granted his request.
Will do. Mr. Harper, you're all set. Deputy, can we have Cherry?
Yes,
What-
good morning.
What is the date gonna be?
May
7th.
7th.
May 7th?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.